Hello everyone here at the Coherence Meditation Gym. It is Monday and this is the explanation for Blessing of Energy Centers number 10 in preparation for this Saturday as we come together and synchronize in meditation. I love that we can do this using the power of technology, and we can come in unison to do this really powerful meditation. This one is called Blessings from the Heart, and it's so right up my alley. I really love this one because it centers around creating coherence in each one of our energy centers. So for those of you that may have heard me do these explanations before or may have not, let me briefly tell you that I am not a Dr. Joe approved coach. I am a heart math certified coach, and I have been since 2016. I'm very passionate about my work as a coach. I teach people how to get into coherence and how to, all the benefits that we know that comes from coherence. That's why you're here at the Coherence Meditation Gym, because you know that how important it is to bring ourselves into this state where there's order, there's harmony, and we can heal and gain clarity in our lives and purpose. So coherence is something that I'm very passionate about. And what I do with these explanations is I take notes from Dr. Joe Dispenza's explanation of this meditation. Every meditation, most of them come with an explanation from Dr. Joe. I take notes and I try to stick with, what he's explaining, maybe adding a few things here and there from my experience. But the purpose is that we are prepared for making the most out of our meditation as we come together and do this via the online through Zoom. All right, so here we go. So this was BOTEC10, Blessing of Energy Center 10, is also called Blessings from the Heart. So he starts by saying that when we assign meaning, we increase the outcome and produce greater effects. Of course, so when we assign meaning to what we're doing, we're really building that model of understanding so that when we're actually in doing the steps, we have much more awareness and much more intention to what we're doing and why we're doing it. So this is a simple yet profound way for us to create coherence in each one of our energy centers. And so we start this meditation by centering our attention in the heart or chest area, which is energy center number 4. And it's our creative center, our center of oneness, our center of wholeness, where divinity begins. And so we awaken our heart and creative center with elevated emotions, and we slow our breath down. And our data shows, and this is what he's saying, but this is very much at the center of the heart math system. All the research shows that by focusing our attention in the heart or chest area, we activate an elevated emotion. That is what creates the state of coherence. So he's mentioning this, as just that's how we start. We start by activating the elevated emotions by centering our attention in the heart chest area and slowing our breath down. And so what this creates is makes our heartbeat in a more orderly fashion. If we see it if we have a heart rate monitor, we know that there's a wavelength that gets created with our heartbeat. The biofeedback shows the state of coherence by showing this sound wave like motion that our heart is producing when we self-create the state of coherence. So the more orderly the beat, the more coherent the heart, and the more coherent the energy. the more coherent the signal is into the field that we are creating. So this center of oneness, this center of wholeness, can entrain other centers in our body. We start the meditation seated with our eyes closed. We will practice putting our attention on our heart, changing our breathing, creating some elevated emotions, changing the energy in our heart. And once we activate our heart center, he will say 1. And we know what that means. That means we center our attention in energy center number 1, our perineum. And he wants us to put all our attention on 1, feel it, we notice it, we find it, we ask us to, he will ask us to connect with it with our heart. So this is what is different about this particular BOTEC, is the order in which we're going. We start at the heart, and then once this is nice, like warmed up and activated, then we go to number 1, and we connect to 1 with the heart, and we create coherence by sending that energy from the heart to number 1. We love it. We send our love to it. And after we've created that connection, then we move on to number 2. And we do the same thing. We find it, we feel it, we pay attention to it, we give it our energy with our heart. And once we balance the energy between our heart and the second center, so and we can feel it, then we move on to the third center, so to the pit of our gut, and we will reproduce the same experience with 3. So basically, we start at the heart. Once this one's nice and coherent, elevated emotions, we've slowed down our breath, we focus on number 1, we get those connected, the heart with number 1, then we go to number 2, heart with number 2, then heart with number 3. And basically what we're doing is calling the energy from 1 and 2 and 3 up into our heart. That's the next step. We're calling the energy from 1, 2, 3 up into the heart. And then we move our attention to our heart. We will restore and balance our heart once again. And once we move energy to our heart, our data shows that once energy makes it to the heart, it moves directly to the brain. So that's the part where Heart Math explains this very well. There is more information that the heart actually sends to the brain than the brain to the heart. So this will be such a cool experience to feel what it's like to bless, start with the heart, bless 1, 2, 3, then go to 4, and then see how this just naturally, just physiologically, the heart sends more signals to the brain. That's just, again, like something that our body does. It's not the other way around, like we would think that the brain sends signals to the heart. It's the other way around. Like at a scientific level, the research shows that the heart is the one that sends, it's like affluent signals. Okay, so once energy makes it to the heart and moves directly to the brain, let's guide that energy from our heart into our 5th center. Then we guide it. Then we guide from 4 to 5 to our throat. And he will say 5, we find it, we feel our connection to it, and we give it our attention with our heart. We bless it with our heart. And we balance our energy in number 5. What I'm noticing in this particular meditation that is different from many other ones is just how everything is centered around the heart being the one that sends this blessing to each one of the energy centers. In all the other blessing energy center series, none of them is done in this order or with these instructions. So that's why it's called Blessings from the Heart. So we're blessing our energy centers with our heart energy center. So once we go to we're at the heart, we direct it to energy center 5, and then we move to 6, our pineal gland. We do the same thing. We find it, we feel it, we pay attention to it, we give it our energy with our heart. And once we connect our energy of the heart to number 6, we will move to number 7, the master gland. And we will do the same thing with number 7. In 7, bless it, find it, send your energy, love to it. And then once that is balanced, we go to number 8. And we find it, we feel it, we stay connected to it. We fall in love with it, with our heart. We balance this energy with our heart, and all along relaxing more into our heart so that the energy can awaken these higher centers in our brain and all the way above it. Above from this 7 to 8. Above, like that's the one that's beyond our body. It's the only energy center, well, that Dr. Joe describes. I know there's other teachings that go beyond number 8, but we stop at 8 with Dr. Joe's work. And so it is a simple meditation, but it will produce profound changes in our physiology. So our data shows that when we can sustain an elevated emotion and activate this center, it resets the baseline of trauma and emotional experiences from the past. This is very, very important to note. I think the key here also is in the sustaining the elevated emotions. And I know that in practicing coherence, that is one of that's the work, is actually sustaining the coherent feelings. And when, one way to know that is using the biofeedback. I really am a huge advocate for the heart rate monitor, your biofeedback. If you have yours, use it, use it. And if you don't have it, and if you are wanting to get into it, please contact me. I really, I get, when somebody buys one and doesn't know how to use it or use it occasionally, I just feel it's such a missed opportunity of just taking advantage of such a powerful biofeedback mechanism. So this particular meditation is just so perfect for that biofeedback, because again, we want to sustain that coherent feeling. And how do we know it? One way is how we feel, of course, but knowing and having that in real time biofeedback that shows you, yeah, you are in coherence. And this one in particular that harnesses the power of our heart in blessing each energy center, I think it's just incredibly powerful, and being able to see it is just so beautiful. So to reach out to me if you want to get going and started into using your device, and beyond this meditation as well. So that's another important factor, is what do you do? How do you sustain coherence after meditation? So that's where the heart math system comes in. Big commercial here. I just am a huge advocate for this, and this particular meditation, because it's so centered in the heart, it's just a perfect opportunity for me to talk to you about it. So, so it also causes our immune system to get stronger. When we create this coherence, It causes significant biological changes in our cells to suggest that we are living in a different environment. We're creating a different environment in our bodies by doing this practice. And if the environment signals the gene, and it does, then the end product of an experience is an environment that is called an emotion. And in a sense, our body is so objective that it is believing that it's living in a new life, a new environment, and it can repair and restore. It can regenerate. I love that part. I love this ending part, because it just reminds us again, we assign this meaning to what we're doing, and the more we understand what we're doing at an intellectual level, then we go in and experience it and create it. We self-create this. So empowering, so incredibly empowering, because we're creating this without anything else other than our focus and this process that works. I'm just going to repeat this last part so we really get that. So our data shows, again, and I dare to say that this was heart math data, because I know Dr. Joe and Heart Math, the Institute, have worked linked for a very long time. So the data shows that when we sustain an elevated emotion, it activates this center, and activate this center, it resets the baseline of trauma and emotional experiences from the past. It also causes our immune system to get stronger. It causes significant biological changes in our cells to suggest that we're living in a different environment. We're no longer in the past. We're no longer in trauma. This is a new environment that we're creating within ourselves. And if the environment signals the gene, and it does, then the end product of an experience is an environment called an emotion. And in a sense, our body is so objective that it is believing it's living in a new life, a new environment, and it can repair, restore, regenerate. So I'm really excited for this Saturday. Blessing of Energy Center number 10, Blessings from the Heart. I really hope that you use your biofeedback. If not, of course, our emotion is going to be the what tells us, how this is, we're creating a new environment. It is really powerful when we come together and do it in group. It's like everyone always says, it's like the energy gets stronger. And so how exciting it is that we're going to create an environment, not only for ourselves, by ourselves, but also using this collective, union that we'll have in synchronized meditation to create a different environment within ourselves. And we'll have a chance to speak afterwards, to share our inspiration or whatever questions, anything that comes up that you wish to share after the meditation, so that we can have, even a deepening of our own experience, of our understanding. It's very rich, enriching to hear others' comments right after meditation, especially. It's such a unique opportunity, I think, that we have, and it's one of my favorite parts of creating this for us here at the Coherence Meditation Gym, is that opportunity to listen to others right after we've meditated in unison and see what comes up. So I look forward to meditating with you on Saturday. If you're watching this live, I'm so happy that you're here. Denise, Sylvia, Carla, Marilu, Mary, Rosalinda, Sonia. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you join the Coherence Meditation Gym. There's a link somewhere here for you to come and join us. We meditate 4 times a month. Saturdays, as of now, every other Saturday and every other Wednesday. And we have other things that we share here at the Coherence Meditation Gym to enhance our practice, including if you need a coach, you need a coach to teach you how to get into coherence, or you're going through something where you want to enhance your practice, or you want somebody to talk to and to guide you. That is what I do. I love what I do. I do it on one-on-one terms, and I'm excited to create some retreats now. I'm going to start planting those seeds because it is just such a wonderful opportunity to set time aside to deepen our practice and just connect with our soul and our purpose and the beautiful life that we were all meant to live. All right, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you Saturday or see you soon in another meditation. Bye for now. Remember to always come back to your heart. Always.